About 1 hour south of Disney World. We're here at Legoland, Florida. What's up, you guys, and welcome to Andy's Playground. I'm your host, as always, Andy, coming at you from Legoland, Florida, here near Winter Haven, Florida. This is a whole about hour south of Orlando area. And today is a very special day because today, as you can kind of tell by the way I'm dressed up, I'm actually interviewing to work here at Legoland. I've never been here. This is my first time seeing everything. We're here about 45 minutes early for my job interview just because I wanted to make sure I could get there on time. I had no idea where it was. And it was really funny coming down here because this place is in the middle of nowhere. Back up in Orlando, there's so many different things there. Everything is kind of congested in that area. So it's kind of shocking to travel all the way down this way. But I should probably first explain why I'm here today. I'm actually here to interview for Legoland as an attractions cast member. I was an attractions cast member at Disney World at Hollywood Studios, as you guys might remember, on the Disney College program. And when the pandemic happened, we were all sent home. And that was a really rough day. And for the past couple months, I've been working on jobs at Walmart, like Aldi, like grocery markets and stuff like that. Just trying to just make money during this pandemic and during this rough time, like many other people have. But up to this point, it's been very kind of difficult for me because I've been in a position where I've had my dream job at Disney. And I figured out that I really, really loved working in theme parks. And that's just something I'm very passionate about. And so I decided, you know what? Legoland's about 45 minutes from my house. And I just timed it here today. It is about 45 minutes from my house. So that's not bad. And if they're offering me a good job, and if they're, you know, if it's a really fun park and it looks really cute, you know, why not take it? And so that's why I'm here today. We're here to see if we can get in. It's a beautiful day today. And, well, I'll see you guys after the interview. I'm actually going to do a quick drive-by here just to see everything here. You guys can see through the trees here. So that's actually the entrance where I'm going today, the Human Resources entrance. And there's one of the rides right there. It's kind of fun being able to go backstage right over here, or at least like look backstage or take a look here just to see kind of what it's like. I've already seen like a few of their cast members or team members. I don't even know what they're called back here. Just driving on golf carts, you know, trying to get to point A location and stuff like that too. Looks like that's the Ninjago area. I've never seen Ninjago, so that would be fun to kind of try to experience. Looks like the back of these show buildings. There's a wooden roller coaster here, which looks pretty cool too. And then a lot of back areas over here. Looks like some shedding, some back of the show buildings here. That looks like a cool castle. The back of another show building here. So based on the other theme parks we've been to in Florida so far, Legoland more looks like an age range for like kids about 4 to 9 years old, maybe 4 to 12 years old. Much less so than like a teenager park or even like Disney or Universal. Based on what I know about Legoland itself, it is really based on the idea of creativity and innovation. And I'm really excited just to see what it's like because it's such a different kind of theme park. You know, it was built out of another previous theme park, the Cypress Gardens area. And I'm curious just to see how it all looks, how it all feels, and just curious to see what the whole experience is like. So right now I'm actually through the security gate now, and I'm just in the employee parking lot. Right now there's not a heck of a lot to see. But at first glance, what was kind of interesting was the security guy had a temperature checker in his hand as well too. So every employee that parks back here has their temperature checked, because of course we're still in a pandemic. I was also still told to wear a mask as well for the interview, so that'll be a very interesting process as well. But we're here outside of, looks like the Human Resources or an Administrative Offices building. In the distance I can see the water park from here. Honestly, I'm just really excited to be here, guys. I'm excited about the prospect of working in a theme park again. I definitely feel like that's personally kind of where I belong. So hopefully I'll be able to get the job today. What's up, you guys? Welcome back. It's been about a week since I first started filming this video. I've purposely not given you guys an update as to what happened since the interview happened, but now that I'm back here at Legoland, actually, I'm able to explain to you a little bit more about what happened that day. So, what happened at Legoland when I went into the interview, it was a nice little area. I got to meet some of the people who worked there, and it was just super, super cool because they had all these cool little name tags that were made out of Lego. They had these little desk things that were made out of Lego. They had these really cool time clocks on the wall because Legoland is owned by the parent company Merlin Entertainment, which owns theme parks such as like Alton Towers, out in the United Kingdom and some of the major theme parks out in Europe. And so it's super cool because they actually have time clocks for each of their parks. So that way they can show you guys like, hey, this is the time in the other parks. So stuff like that is really cool. I went into my interview and it was super kind of creative and just super cool. Very different from any other interview I've ever been in personally so far. During the interview, they had me answer some kind of questions, basic things like that. Had me look at this picture full of safety violations and identify a lot of the safety violations that I was seeing. And then they also had this little Lego minifigure. And mine was this police officer caveman kind of guy. He had this police officer hat on. He had a big handlebar mustache, but then he had a caveman uniform with like a club on the back of him or something like that. And they're like, what can you tell me about this guy? And I'm like, this is the most interesting question I've ever been asked in an interview, just to give this guy a little story. And so that was super cool. And the person who was interviewing me, I forgot her name. She was a supervisor for attractions here at Legoland. And she literally gave me a spot and said, you know, you want the job? And I'm like, yeah. And I love the job. And so I got the job. They were able to place me in attractions. They said that I will be working in the castle attractions, which I'm guessing that's Dragon's Den, and some of the other attractions in that castle area. So it's kind of cool. I get to go into a little bit of a Fantasyland area, so that's kind of fun. But the reason why I haven't kind of given an update as to what happened with me is because right now, today, about a week later, Sierra's actually going in for her interview right now. In fact, actually, she's been in there now for about 30 minutes. And so we're about to find out if she got the job or what her plans are with the job too. The hardest part about Legoland, and this is why I'm not necessarily 100% gung-ho and 100% excited as much as I am really excited about working in a theme park again, is Legoland is about 45 minutes to an hour from our house. Disney is about 15 minutes from our house. So it's a little out of the way. The main problem is the pathway to get to Legoland is taking this one road, which is either I-4 and cutting through Winter Haven, or taking Highway 27, which goes from Claremont up west of Orlando all the way down to way south of there. It used to be like this old highway, kind of like Route 66. And the problem is there's a lot of lights, like stoplights and stuff like that, all throughout both sides of the road. And one of the roads will take you through towns, multiple towns. And so it takes you forever to get there because there's not necessarily a straight shot road like there is for Disney, where there's not much traffic lights or anything like that. And so that's the hard part, is that it's out of the way and it does take a lot of time to get here. It's not a lot of miles. Mileage is really good. You know, it's actually like less than 30 miles away, but that's just how the roads are here in Florida. It takes you forever to get anywhere. The other problem is, though, that Legoland isn't open 365 days of the year like Disneyland and Universal is. That makes it more challenging for us because we'd only be working about 4 days a week, which is not a whole lot of money. We would be having to work somewhere else too at the same time. So it would be kind of tough to do that. Plus gas is still going to be kind of expensive because it does take an hour to get down here. But all of that aside, we are very excited to be working in a theme park. We're just definitely going to have a lot to talk about, and we're definitely going to have to see what Sierra wants to do with this. Personally, I'm excited. I really do want to work here, and I said yes, I really do want to work here because I feel like theme parks is kind of where I kind of belong. That's just from my mindset talking to you guys. I feel like I definitely love the vibe of working in a theme park. Obviously, I don't want to be working a ride all my life. I want to, you know, progress and move up in the company. But my mindset is, while Disney is not hiring anyone else, and I'm thinking they're not going to be hiring anyone until they have everyone back from furlough, which could be till at least next year. They're not going to be hiring anyone else. So my mindset is, while I'm not able to get into Disney or Universal or any of the theme parks in the Orlando area, might as well, you know, continue to gain experience working at a theme park at Legoland. If Legoland's giving me the option to do that, why not take it? And then eventually I can maybe even move into a higher position at Disney or Universal or any of the theme parks in the Orlando area. So that's the mindset. That's the logic. Overall, this is a nice area to work. It's very calm. It's nice and peaceful down here. There's not much to complain about. So we'll have to see what Sierra says. I'm excited. Let's find out. So I feel like this video has been over the course of now several days. yesterday was Sierra's interview, so let's first, what was your interview like?
So you go into this, you first, like, you go past security and you go into this nice, friendly environment. It's very colorful in there. And then you speak with the supervisor of attractions. She was very friendly. She actually had worked for Legoland for a period 6 years, actually starring in attractions. So she was very familiar with the role. She like answered all my questions that I had because I never officially worked attractions, but she was so kind about that. The interview itself, they ask a lot of, you know, typical questions of like, what would you do in this situation, or have you ever had a time at a workplace when this happened, you know, like the typical interview questions. But one thing I found super interesting that they included, which I've only seen maybe once in a job interview, is they have you, like, they want to see how creative your mind is. And so, especially because this is a theme park for children, so you gotta be creative, you gotta think on the spot. So they had this little Lego piece. Both of us got a different character, which we discussed later. I had like this cute little Lego girl that had blue hair, had like this blue, like, looked like a gymnastics top, and then like just brown pants, and then you have to make up a story. Like, what's the story of this person? And so I made up the story that my character, her name is Mandy, and her dream was to become the best dancer in the world for the Blue Man's group, which somehow that works because apparently Blue Man's group is hiring for best dancers, and so it's like, oh yeah, and this is her signature move, so I like play with it, and then it just falls over, and then we're just like, yeah, she's working on it, she's getting there. So that was really fun, and yeah, then basically the end of the video, the end of the interview, she asked, do you have questions for me, questions about working in Legoland, all that stuff. And yeah, I was just able to ask her all these questions. She was so kind in answering them. She was able to even, like, you know, with a lot of things going on with COVID, like how they're handling things. And it's actually, I really like the way that they're handling things right now, which, I mean, we'll talk about later when we go inside the parks.
But you're spoiling a big surprise.
Okay.
So guys, I think it's a good point at this point to finally reveal that not only did I get the job, but Sierra got the job as well. We're both working in attractions. We're both working
in the same area.
In the same area at Legoland, which we're both very, very excited about, and we're working the same schedule, which is great because we get to carpool every single day down to the park. So we have our offer letters here. It's just so great. We're finally able to go back to work in a theme park. It might not be Disney, but it's a new adventure, and we're very excited for it. And we're very excited to be able to grow with a new company and in a new direction, and especially in a theme park.
Yes.
So Legoland has so much history, and it's just filled with so many cool things. Neither of us have been.
No.
Which is really exciting.
Oh my goodness, that'll be even exciting when you get to check out our videos visiting Legoland.
Because it'll be the first time we both go and experience this.
Yeah, so you're going to be seeing real reactions.
So this is going to be really fun, guys. And so we're really excited. We wanted to keep this on the down low. We've been holding this information for a while. But we're so finally just excited to be able to reveal that, yes, we will be both working at Legoland in attractions. Starting, let's see, what day is it today? Today is September 11th. So we are actually,
and actually
going to be starting
2
about
weeks.
a week, 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're very excited, guys. We'll let you guys know what it's like. We'll let you guys know how it's different. Obviously, we'll be talking about this and especially how it compares to Disney and also our experiences in the parks at Universal. But ultimately, guys, we're really excited. We're looking forward to this.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think even though, from coming from a Disney theme park background, there will be moments that will compare to Disney because, of course, that's the only experience we have. But I hope that, like, it doesn't come across as, like, us thinking one is better than the other, because I feel like they're both are going to have their very unique qualities and unique traits. And we're just happy to be able to share with you guys, like, what it's like actually working at some of the theme parks here in Florida.
Either way, guys, we're very excited and we're very happy about this whole thing, and we're really looking forward to this. This is an awesome adventure that we're starting, and we're so excited to bring you guys along too. And we're really excited. And at this point, guys, I don't really have anything else to say. But until that time, guys,
We'll see you real soon.
we'll see you.